Hello there, and welcome to World of Tanks with Engania Titan. This is one of my final games, the closing series of games that I had with the Charioteer. I have since managed to unlock the Conway, and I have the top package in the Conway. I moved on the crew with excess experience, so that I have full tank mastery. However, I ran out of silver to equip the Conway, so I had a game in it without it being fully equipped. And I then went back to British premium tanks to basically earn some silver and to continue to train up that crew. Now, I happen to like the Erlenberg Blizzard variant, mostly because you can't get drowned in it. Erlenberg has been one of these maps where I've continuously accidentally drowned myself over the course of the last couple of years. 7 or 8 times at this stage, I think. But with the Blizzard variant, visibility is greatly restricted, and it is possible to use a location like the one I'm in here in the middle of the field, essentially, to fire on tanks revealed by the tank that's scouting up ahead and be completely invisible to those tanks. As far as I know, they can't even see the terrain properly from this distance, no more than I can see the river edge. So I'm sitting here waiting for something to show, and the enemy are pushing across the northern side of the river. Now, the northern side of the river can be held quite handily sometimes, although it's harder to hold the northern side in the Blizzard variant, because you can actually drive right out onto the ice, and you're very well sheltered from a lot of the tanks on the ridgeline. Now, T-54 has popped up on the ridgeline, and then a Batchat has YOLO'd in on our scout.
Ready to fire on target.
Oh, I don't get a decent shot on the Batchat until he stops actually circling. He has taken out our scout, but he's now in deep trouble and is not going to survive. So I'm not sure if that was actually a good trade from the enemy's perspective. They've lost a Batchat tier 10 to a T-54. I think the Batchat's a more valuable tank, especially in the latter game when the autoloaders become particularly lethal. However, we're the ones down a tank. So for the moment, I'm the most exposed tank, but I don't want to go down there because if I'm spotted, I won't survive very long. The armor rating on this tank just isn't up to that kind of stuff, and even with medium tanks, you can get into serious trouble down there by the river. Now, this light tank is trying to shoot and drive at the same time, and he has driven into the riverbank, and it's going to cost him. So far we're down tanks, but we're kind of holding our position. And some of our tanks are starting to push up. T-54 pops up in the ridgeline again, and actually takes quite a bit of punishment this time.
Ready to fire on target.
I really don't get the shot off on the Centurion. I didn't take it when I had the opportunity.
Target locked.
And get a nice shot into the LTTB, and he's ammo racked, and that's the end of him.
Locked and loaded.
Now, I'm pretty sure there's tanks on the ridge behind, and the Centurion is probably trying to scout for them.
Focus on this area.
So it's the main reason I think that our team isn't advancing across the river. Batchat's popped up on the ridgeline and taken a few hits. So he thinks the better of it and pulls off. And you can see there 2 tanks have popped up in the northwestern corner. They're probably driven along the ice and were actually completely unknown to the defending tanks up in the northwestern corner who were watching the bridges. So I'm trying to get a shot on the 7-1, but the buildings are between me and him.
Target locked.
And an Action 10 drives up past the river, past the bridge, Which was rather foolish of him. I'm pretty sure he could have gotten fire on some of our lead tanks without actually pushing forward like that.
Fire on target. Reloaded.
However, the advantage is still with the enemy team. And the Centurion 7-1 is still there. And the 2 tanks to the north have been taken out. So I'm expecting trouble around the castle. So I decided to relocate and head back to the castle to give whatever assistance I can. For once my situational awareness didn't leave me down, and I was back in time to be able to actually usefully contribute. So I'm going to pick my spot here along the rise so that I can fire on the enemies along the back of the castle. Hopefully without they being aware of my that I'm here or spotting me. They're both heavy tanks, so I'm actually in with a good shout of not being seen. I couldn't penetrate the IS-4 from the angle that I was firing at him, but I get a couple of nice shots into the Conqueror. We take the Conqueror down to quite low health. However, the Conqueror gets taken out at this point, and I didn't really realise it. So I'm sitting here waiting for that heavy tank that's driven into the castle to push forward a bit so that he can spot these guys. I don't want to move forward myself because as far as I know there's still an IS-4 and a Conqueror here, and I wouldn't survive against that. But the IS-4 turns up in the middle of the ice, and I managed to get a few nice shots into him. He's tracked and that's it, he's doomed. So while we're waiting for the reload, I check my team list and I notice the Conqueror is destroyed. So at that point I decide to relocate from this location. I have no further business here. And my initial plan was to go back across the river and support the guys making the push on the hill. However, before I get there, before I complete the plan, the cap warning goes off that there are enemies in our cap circle. So I turn around to try and reset the cap. Now, I can't get a line of sight on that tank, so I push in towards the cap circle. Try and keep as many buildings between myself as well and enemy tanks. And there's the T-28. So I get a hit on him, and I think fire again, and yes, he's gone. So he's relocated, and it's now for me to relocate as well to see if I can get eyes on from a different direction. However, as I come around this corner, I take fire from both the AMX and the T-28. Damn near get wiped out, but I managed to finish off the AMX and get back into cover for the reload. The artillery's popped up on the ridge in the northwest. I don't have a line of sight on them, so as I get the reload, I start pushing up in that direction. Now at this point our victory is pretty much secure. There's only one tank left. We have swept the ridgeline on the opposite side of the map. So the enemy tank has to be along the northern edge somewhere, possibly out in the ice, well out of the ice.
Focus on this area.
So I've done a nice amount of damage. I've got 14 damage ribbons in this game. Didn't get much assistance damage because I didn't do much tracking or spotting on my own. And when I poke the ridgeline here, my sixth sense goes off. So I know the remaining tank's a Batchat, and I really don't want to be crossing the ridgeline into the guns of a Batchat. There's no way I'd survive it. He would have me killed before I could bring my gun to bear. But I'm going to peek the ridge now and again. However, I'm not the guy primarily spotting him, so I'm not getting any benefit from that. But that's the end of it, and it's game over.
Good job, man.
So, over 5,000 damage done. First class mastery and a Confederate. I always like getting a Confederate medal, it really makes you feel I've contributed to the team. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching, and please consider giving the video a like, and if you could give the channel a subscription. We came first by experience, and thank you again, and I'll catch you again soon.